Now, before I start this rant, I want to give you a trigger warning because I'm going to talk about rape in this rant. And I know that's not an easy word to hear for a lot of people, but that's precisely the reason why I think it's so important to have this discussion. Because as I've said on this show many times before, no, not that I look sexy in a mustache, that too, but words matter. I want to get real today, okay? I want to talk about the failure of a lot of news outlets that don't properly cover stories about rape and sexual assault, especially when it comes to their headlines. Recently, serious allegations have been made against Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. He's being investigated for possibly paying for sex with a minor. Now, of course, he says this is all BS, but that's also what he said about not looking like Butthead. But here's the thing, the whole situation might be a little confusing if you get your news from the news. See, while headline after headline mentions a supposed sexual relationship between Gaetz and a 17-year-old, there are few mentions that under Florida law, which is Gaetz' home state, 17 years old is considered a minor, aka not an adult. And if someone of Gaetz' age, which is 38, pays to have sex with a 17-year-old who is considered a minor, that's statutory rape. And then there was a local Miami station, and they ran the headline saying a man had sex with an incapacitated woman. And it was only after they got a lot of heat and there was a Twitter war that they decided to change the headline because they understood that if a man is having sex with an incapacitated woman, that's not sex, that's rape. So they changed the headline to this. Sounds much worse, but in this case, it's much better, yay? The fact is, the word rape exists for a reason. We use the word to convey how horrific and traumatic that crime is. And when we use lesser language, it doesn't really capture how serious that act of crime is. I mean, we don't call shoplifting one-sided borrowing. We don't call murder weapon-induced forever sleep. We don't call arson making someone's home too hot to handle. So why are we sugarcoating this one thing? No one is claiming that Ted Bundy went to jail for making people go bye-bye. Here's the thing, when the media downplays the severity of a crime, not only does it make the crime seem less serious, but can also impact the sentencing of that crime. It can even lead to an increase of those crimes happening. In fact, a 2018 study found that anytime the severity of crimes like rape were downplayed in a certain area, rapes would increase in that particular area. These are real world impacts, so to the media, please use the right words. And as hard as it is to hear, call a rape, because that's what it is. Then I won't have to do rants about it. And I can go back to talking about lighter stuff like bougie dog sweaters. Oh, so cute. I hope you're enjoying season 2 of A Little Late with Lily Singh. If you're not sick of this face yet, go ahead and click subscribe right over there. Check out more clips just like this one right over there. More importantly, have a great day. Bye!